Hey guys, it's me Mr. 250, and welcome back to Tokyo Dark. So I don't want to make us wait too long, but I do want to give a little explanation as to what's happened this week. Unrelated to this series, sort of, I ended up getting a new laptop recently, which is cool. I really like it, everything's great about it, but I made the mistake of not saving my save data, and there isn't any kind of like Steam Cloud save data management thing for this, so I lost all my save data, and then I needed to get back that ability to make those, those discrete saves that you can reload. So I had to go back, get the suicide endings, that's the quickest one to get, go back to the beginning of the game, and then replay it all the way up to this point. Now, as a little point to remember where we're at, we're going for those violence endings. We've already gotten one of them, I think. Hold on, let me pull this tab back up. Alright, so these are the violent endings that I was talking about from last time. I've made all these decisions at this point. We actually got past Akigahara by, I ended up finding out that if you take some extra pills, but not like too many extra pills, you can kind of bump your sanity down some more. And of course your investigation takes a hit, but we don't really care about that for this route. And so I managed to get it just low enough where we were at like 90 or 85 or something for getting through Akigahara. So we didn't trigger the insanity ending. Now, we're apparently going to have the option to go to Shinjuku, where we can leave Reina and save Tanaka, and we can get two endings here, it looks like. You can also destroy Reina as well here, and we can also become the mask bearer, it looks like, as an option as well. And then we can apparently also get the reap where you sow or the arrested ending. So we're going to get all that done today. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because if it does take too long, I do have to get ready for work in a bit. But assuming it doesn't take too long, we'll try to get all those done today. And the next time we're going to get these professional endings instead. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't know exactly where well, I do know we just got out of Akigahara. I got a save point. It's dropped me on the train. I think I've got a little bit more I've got to get through here. Or no, I think actually I get to make the choice. This should be where I get to make the choice where I'm going to go next. I'm not sure if this is old stuff or not, but if you want to read this, feel free to pause. I think this might be new. I don't quite remember this. This probably tells you that you're kind of locked into the violent stuff. Or this might actually be New Game Plus stuff. I think I've noticed that as well. There's a couple additional lines that they've thrown in for New Game Plus stuff. So this might be a New Game Plus line. Hello? Yami, thank God you picked up. Saki, what do you want? Well, I probably shouldn't even be calling you. Especially after what you did. How could you do that to me? I've never been so scared in my life. I really thought you were going to shoot me. I'm sorry, Saki, I never meant to hurt you. You have no idea how important that case file was to me. Yeah, well, consider this my last favor to you. Alright, I guess I deserve that. Why'd you call them? It's Tyra and Mori. I overheard them talking about you. They said some terrible things, and I can't... Out with it, Saki. Yami, they said you killed someone. A man named Goto. Yeah, I might have killed him. He went missing and they said you were asking around about him. People saw you together. It looks really bad. Mori said they already have more than enough to arrest you, and Mori's not someone to go after you for no reason. I don't know exactly where they're headed, but they're not in the city. They said they were retracing your steps, heading south. Kamakura, maybe? Thanks for the warning. Yami, it's not true, is it? You'd never do something like that, would you? I have to go. Thanks again, Saki. Now we're even. Hopefully I don't hear about you on the news. This is goodbye, Yami. So I guess that's supposed to be your clue that if you do go to Kamakura, you're going to get the arrested ending. So let's... since that one's actually the only one in Kamakura, let's go ahead and do that real quick. This is alternatively called the idiot ending, I would guess. Knowing all I do now, it's surreal to be standing here again. My own history and the history of the mask intermingling in one place. So much violence and death. Ever since I took it from the evidence room, my life has been spiraling out of control. Pursuing its past has made me give up any scrap of decency I had, and any claim to my soul. But it was for the greater good, and now I have a shot at redemption, by purifying it, and erasing its dark stain from our world. Or at least you would if you didn't threaten so many people, probably. There was actually, I should say, there was an option. I wasn't recording at the time. But there was a New Game Plus option where I was talking to Tyra. This is about the point where you have to go clean out your office, you know, and then you do that whole thing where you try to get the mask from the evidence locker. And apparently there's a new option, at least I don't remember seeing it before, where you can threaten him with violence there and you pull out your gun and he kind of freaks out a little bit. He's like, what are you doing? And it's like, don't mess with me. Because I guess Tyra says something snarky to you like he usually does. Anyway, the Koanas are at the shrine, but something's odd. It feels like I'm being watched. It's also really dark here. And what happened to all the lights? And the sakura, the cherry blossoms, yeah, what happened to those? Freeze, criminal scum! I think that's how that's gonna go. Oh, hi, Tyra. That's far enough, Ito. What the hell is this, Tyra? You brandished your gun in a police station? Threatened me and Saki and expected to just walk free after that? Poor Saki's been pulled from the front desk. She was so shaken up. Have her doing some admin work for me instead. Oh, and if you're still holding your gun, I'd put it down if I were you. That's not why we're here, though, is it, Mori? No, not Mori. What are you doing here? Oh, right. Forgot to explain that part. So it seems that Mori's been doing a lot of unsupervised overtime. What, pray tell, is the subject of his newfound devotion to work? I'll let you take that one, Mori. Let me boost my mic just a little bit. Like I mentioned, new computer, so I'm having to, kind of adjust settings as I go along. Should be alright, though. There, we'll try that. You, Detective Ito. Listen, Mori, I'm sorry about what happened at the police station, but it was for something more important than me or you. Can you hear yourself right now? Was stealing evidence part of your important mission? I could have reported you then and there, but I didn't because I had to know why. I guess it would have been too much to think we were friends, but I always respected you, Ito. I never thought you'd do something like that. It wasn't like you at all, so I started looking more closely at your case, starting with October 2nd, the night of Tanaka's death. You went to a hostess club for information. All that's in my report already. This is a waste of time. Get out of my way. All that after a few drinks, too. Heard something similar from a kid in the area. Seems you were on a right tear around the town that night. Not exactly befitting of a great detective, if you ask me. Not even going to try and deny it, huh? Not so high and mighty now, are we? Later, you went to Akihabara and talked with some teenage girls. What'd you talk about? I was pursuing some local rumors. I wasn't on the clock, so it's none of your business. Heh, well, normally I wouldn't really give a crap what weird things you choose to do in your time off. Changes things a bit when it ends up relating to criminal investigation, though. Anyway, you talk to these teens, and coincidences of coincidences, they know this Goto guy. Hell, they even know where he is. What a stroke of luck. One loose end of your little crime spree just happens to fall right into your lap. What exactly are you implying? Please, Ito, don't try and lie. For everyone's sake. That's the best part. I already know how it ends up, and guess what? I was right. You're just as crazy as I said. You killed Goto. After I talked to those girls and read your report, I knew exactly where to look. And then you threw him down the well, you sick criminal. He was preying on little girls, Mori. He said he liked them young. Hell, Ito, if we killed every salaryman who had a hard-on for high school girls, it'd be quite the body count, huh? You could have told me. Let me help you for once. Ah, Mori, don't beat yourself up. I'm not sure if she's as concerned about the well-being of the city's adolescents as she says. Nah, I think that Ito here really wanted an excuse to kill Goto. The last person who could have proved what she did to Tanaka. Tanaka has nothing to do with this. I didn't kill him. Oh, right, because the noble detective Ito doesn't kill people, is that right? Don't have to be a brain surgeon to follow my logic, do you? Honestly, I didn't want to believe any of it. About Goto or Tanaka. You probably don't think it's true, but at first I only wanted to help you. I knew, or thought I knew, that you'd never do those horrible things. Guess I was wrong. It's not what it looks like. I can't let you stop me, Mori. There's more to this. Hear that? She can't stop. Probably here to finish off that Kawana girl because she knows something incriminating too. Oh, my mistake. You're a protector of the innocent. So I guess you'd kill the old woman instead. We can't let you continue any further, I'm sorry. There are other police surrounding us. There's no way out. I'm sorry it turned out this way. Hey, get away from me! You don't know what you're doing! Stop struggling, Ito, it's over. No, you don't understand. If you don't let me go, things will get worse. You have to let me go. Ito, what happened to you? Look at that smile on his face, the criminal scum. I spent the rest of my days in prison. With the stupid film grain. I tried to do what was right, destroy the mask and put an end to everyone's suffering. Instead, they stuffed me into a jail cell while lawyers and other police lied to discredit me. For what? For Goto? That scum deserved to die. My only regret is not disposing of his body better. Those idiots Taira and Mori don't understand what they've done. What's really at stake? How does his life weigh in compared to the mask? Everyone thinks I'm crazy because they haven't seen what I've seen. But if they only knew how wrong they were. Sometimes I see detectives, people I used to work with, come down to the cells looking at me out of the corner of their eye, trying to catch a glimpse of me like I'm an animal in a cage. Who has it now? Wonder if they've seen the things I have, if they see Kazuki and Reina in the tunnels. When they do, they'll find me, and they'll know I wasn't crazy. The other day I overheard a detective talking about yet another murder in Shinjuku. Witnesses said it was a young girl. If only they'd listen to me. What happens if she finds out where it is? What will happen to Tanaka? sometimes I wake up in those tunnels, and I can still see him there. Maybe it's the jail cell that's the nightmares, and the tunnels are the truth. I have to get out of here. For his sake, and for everyone else's. It's the only way. Although, we probably aren't going to get out of there, you know? Well, you know, from a video recording perspective, that was a pretty easy ending. If you ignore the hour and a half I put into it so far, I should mention, I started playing it originally earlier this morning and trying to get to it. Found out a little bug, where if you click too fast to get through text that you've already seen, but you know, it's a new game because the game doesn't have your save data, the game will sometimes just like soft lock on you. You can't save, you can't quit, you can't advance text, you can't do anything. Only thing you can do is, you know, force close the game. It did make a save for me, but when I loaded that save, it just loaded straight back into the bug. Really nice thing to have. So I had to restart, and I did this a couple hours later because I was kind of frustrated. Restart, play through the same section, but make sure in a couple sections I was dealing with to click a little bit slower. Get to the suicide ending, because I actually read a thing online that said if you lost your save data, getting your save data, or getting the ability to save back is easiest by going to the suicide ending. You get New Game Plus, then you get access to those, you know, 6 saves. So that's what I did. I got the suicide ending again, had to start over again in New Game Plus, then finally get back to this point. So that's taken me about an hour and a half, not including the earlier section I tried to get through. So we are at close to 2 hours for me. And it's just kind of a shame because it doesn't need to be that way, you know? But whatever. Anyway, the good news is now that we've got that save, we can go back and get the other endings pretty easily. Ooh. Alright, so this should be basically the same thing. I'm just going to skip through this. I don't think any of this is the same or different. There's also another little interesting bug. You may have just noticed it. I don't remember this in the original game, and I went back and watched one of my older videos. Not older, but one of my previous videos to see. For some reason, on some of these screens, like the save screen and the title screen, there's this weird flickering effect that happens sometimes. It almost seems like a spooky, you know, spooky Tokyo Dark, you know, sanity effect sort of thing, but I don't think it's supposed to actually happen. Let me see if I can show you it real quick. When I click here, yeah, see that flicker right there? I don't know why it does this flickering thing. It only seems to do it, I think, when there's like some kind of like fade to black or fade out of black transition. Kind of weird. And like I said, I don't really know why it happens, but it seems to be pretty consistent in it happening. Doesn't really seem to affect gameplay much. Anyway, we're back at this part, so obviously going to Kamakura whenever we've done all these bad things doesn't really help us. So I believe we need to go to Shinjuku next. That's very loud. Can we stop? Okay. Alright, so instead of Kamakura, we're going to go to Shinjuku. Quick recap. Forget and confront Reina, or we can go with Become the Mask Bearer. So I think we're going to go with the Forget and confront Reina one. And then leave Reina and save Tanaka, it looks like. Or we can destroy Reina at that point. Anyway. Let's go to Shinjuku. I'm sure that option will pop up soon enough. Did you see that flash? I don't know why it's doing that. Kind of weird, you know? It's very cloudy. Not cloudy. Foggy here. You got anything to say? Of course you don't. Oh. They sound the alarm. The detective is back. Dang it. Every time I come in here, you... Ha! Don't sweat it, detective. Just busting your chops. Besides, it's not my problem anymore. Huh? I'm out of here. Wait, that other job, the sketchy one. You didn't... Nope, probably won't believe me, but I actually took your advice. Hell, I hardly believe it myself. How flattering. Didn't think hard-boiled detective would be so thin-skinned. Yeah. Anyway, where are you headed? Don't know, but I think I'll leave the city. My big dreams kind of got drowned out, and it's hard to be here and not fall back into old habits. Like hitting the old reset button, right? Reset button, huh? I could use one of those right about now. Things gotten that bad? I don't know yet. Probably. Only way to find out is to keep moving. Anything I can help with? Hey, don't give me that look. I mean it. No BS this time. Thanks, but I think I have to see out the rest of my problems on my own. Then why did you come in here? Couldn't tell you. Guess I've just kind of gotten wrapped up in this place. Sounds like you're the one who needs to leave the city. Bad places lead to bad memories, lead to bad decisions if you ask me. And I'm an expert on bad decisions. At least neither of us will have to deal with Goto or the million other perverts like him. For now, anyway. Good luck. Nah, you hold on to your luck. Looks like you could use it more than me. See you around, Ito. Alright, we got a achievement for that. What was that one? Let me scroll back up. I guess I accidentally pressed tab while pressing shift tab. Diamond in the rough. Visitor every time you're Shinjuku. So I guess that's supposed to be like the good ending. And I don't think these actually make a difference in the end of the story. I guess we need to visit both of these guys as well, so we'll go visit them before we get out of here. I believe I've talked to them every time. What are you doing? Oh hey, Yami, perfect timing. Daizo, what's all this? Looks like you're all packed up. Like I said, perfect timing. I'm closing down. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, so... This guy... There's like, he had a little conflict, and it was either you tell him to, keep trying or to move on. If you remember the first playthrough I did, I told him to move on. This time I told him to keep trying. Oh, and this is good? It's great. To be honest, the last time I saw you it was kind of slipping again, Going down memory lane, but in the worst way possible. Then I remembered our conversation the other day. How you said your attitude is the seasoning that flavors the food and all that. That sounds a lot more poetic than I would have said it, but yeah, I remember. Anyway, I realized the only flavor that could come out of this place was bitter. Real bitter. Then crazy thing. My wife comes in after refusing to see me for years. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh is right. Funny, she looked so much older than I remembered. Guess I came to a bit of a revelation when I saw her. I was clinging to this place, but for what? A life that I haven't been living, for a what if that'll never happen. I realized giving up was keeping this place going, not the other way around. Guess some people do have some happy endings. If you call crippling dead happiness. Wasn't cheap to run this place. At least that wedding ring I pawned took care of rent for the short term. So what are you going to do now? Well, Haruto's always bugging me to join him on the road on that takoyaki stand of his. You didn't seem so keen on that last time we talked. Well, you've had a change of heart? Have you been talking to Haruto again? No, could just see it on your face is all. He's always been my biggest supporter. Figure the least I can do is give the old lug a shot. Besides, with his help, I'm getting back in touch with my daughter. Things aren't all rainbows and daisies, but I'll get there someday. What about you? Me? What about me? Did that Idol magazine I gave you end up helping you? raised more questions than it answered. I doubt I could help you with all the complicated stuff you do. Cooking was all I was ever good at. It's like you said, though, keep following through until the end, right? Yeah, I guess so. Take care of yourself, Daiso. Don't be a stranger. Come by me in Haruto Stance sometime. Alright. That seems like a good ending. Considering that we're about to go down into the dark dungeon. Do I want to go back in here? Not really. Do want to talk to this kid again, though. How's it going? Sadness. Like, never-ending sadness. So bad. I really dug this job, too. Really felt it was the next step up the ladder, you know? Did you quit? Quit? Who would quit this sweet gig? Nah, man, or sir, I got fired. Like after you and that other cop came here, everyone wanted to talk to me. The manager said I was a disgrace. Whatever that means. Especially after they found that weird stuff in the dumpster with the broken lock. I'm sorry to hear it, kid. Oh, like, woe is me. How the mighty hath fallen. Well, I guess this guy's gonna hit the road. Like, see the country, you know? You're leaving Tokyo? No, man. Gonna go to, like, Shibuya or something. Maybe go after my lifelong dream of becoming one of those guys who hands out tissues and flyers to people. The sky is the limit. Well, I better get back to work. I thought you said you were fired. Well, yeah, but I still gotta finish up, you know? Later. Take care of yourself, kid. Okay, so is that... No, that was the bad ending. Apparently, the good one is, not to shoot the dumpster. Now, I found out something kind of interesting. I don't know if I showed it in the last video, I can't remember, but if you take the drink, I believe you get locked out of the shooting the dumpster, or you get locked out of an alternative to shooting the dumpster. You have to shoot the dumpster. So you can't drink before this. You have to go talk to him before dealing with the dumpster. And then I guess he's going to let us get into the dumpster after that. Without us having to shoot the lock, which, you know, as we know is kind of unprofessional. I think I'll go for that ending whenever I go through the professional side of the endings. If I get the option to, just so I don't have to, you know, I can get that ending without having to, like, play too far back. Anyway, let's get into that sewer again. But yeah, there's a weird effect here. No, they didn't show it off. I don't know. If I get the opportunity to show it off, I will. It's a very, like, inconsequential minor thing. Alright, let's get down there. First time I came down here, I was so sure that I would save Tanaka alone, that I didn't think about what I was doing. Am I doing the same thing now? Back down the rope again.